Welcome to the garden, and to part 2 of sowing 100,000 flower seeds. These are some wildflower seeds that I sowed last week. I have a few containers of these, and they contain a mix of seeds. Hopefully those in the middle, the tallest ones, are milkweed. I collected about 30 different varieties of wildflower, including 3 different types of milkweed, I've got a few different types of aster, including a short purple one and a tall purple one. I have some black-eyed Susans. I've got some little cream-colored flowers. All sorts of different varieties. A lot of these have over 1,000 seeds, some have a little bit under, but if we average about 1,000 per variety, we end up with about 30,000 seeds just from our wildflowers. I'm also going to be planting evening primrose, baby's breath, poppies, and marigolds. We'll also be doing some forget-me-nots. Those are beautiful little blue flowers. Some of the seeds I'm planting out in little cups, and others I'm sowing directly out into the garden. Forget-me-not seeds are like little burrs. They actually stick to your clothes. I'm not going to plant them very deep. Just going to scrape away the first inch or so of soil, sprinkle on my seeds very generously, and then recover them. Then we can pat these down and then water them in. We're actually set to get rain tonight, so I'm just going to let these get watered in naturally. Baby's breath have little white flowers, but if you can grow these in full sun, they produce a lot of them. Doesn't look like we have very many, just a few hundred. Just going to lightly toss them into the surface of the soil, and then we'll leave them to be watered in tonight's rain. I'm going to be planting our evening primrose over here by the toad garden. These flowers, which are going to be yellow, I think will pair nicely with these yellow wild violets. Here you can see why that filler is actually kind of nice. These seeds are so small and so dark, it's hard to tell where they've been planted. Some of these marigolds can be planted in the vegetable garden. I've read that they keep away rabbits, but I've actually seen rabbits eating them, so I don't really buy into that. But they are nice to add as a border, and they're a beautiful splash of color late in the season. Just lightly cover them up. You could even mulch over top. So then I'll just keep these watered with the rest of my vegetables. I think right down here is a little baby asparagus. Then I planted at least 1,000 each of morning glories and sunflowers. Most of the sunflowers are coming from our birdseed, but I did save a few of the flower heads from last season. I think the smaller ones are black oil sunflower seeds, and I'm not sure what these ones are. Maybe Mammoth Russian. I have a few of those from a seed pack, and I'm going to be planting those as well. Most of the sunflowers are being planted as a border in the vegetable garden. They're just much more protected out there, because these are edible as a seed, as a sprout, and as a full-grown plant. I've had sunflowers grow 3 or 4 feet tall and then get eaten back by deer. So I moved these green containers out about a foot away from the house. This gives me a foot garden bed back here that's kind of hidden. I've prepped the soil just by loosening it with my shovel, and I'm going to sprinkle 1 row of morning glory seeds and then 1 row of sunflower seeds. Even though they say that they're Clark's Heavenly Blue, these are actually purple. Now I'm going to do mostly just these large ones, but I'm also going to sow some of our black oil sunflower seeds. And something I'm really excited for are these gladioli. I think this is going to be cool. These aren't really seeds, they're bulbs, but we've got 6 of them here. So I might do them in containers. Because these are not hardy in Minnesota, I would have to dig them up at the end of the season. So doing them in a container, I think, might be the way to go. I've got a really nice free draining mix with a little bit of grit, just to improve that drainage. And they recommend that you plant these bulbs 8 inches under the soil. And that's measuring from the top of the bulb. You always want to plant them flat side down, pointy side up. Here we can actually see a few of those roots. They kind of look like little cloves of garlic. But you want to plant these early if you want them to flower by midsummer. We'll do 1 more, root side down, pointy side up. It's beautiful. And I'm just going to cover back over them with our soil. And these will just get watered in tonight with everything else. This has been a really exciting challenge, and the best part is yet to come. At first I thought it would be nearly impossible to collect 100,000 seeds, but with all of these magnificent boxes, all the seeds that I collected from the wild and from the flower garden, we have easily surpassed 100,000 seeds. So hit that subscribe button if you want to stay tuned for all the updates to come, and hopefully I can inspire you to get out in the garden and plant your own flowers. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.